You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Right now it's 79 degrees going up to a high of 86, which is pretty cool. When it started getting to the 90s, and it's so funny because it's a big difference a couple of degrees make. So even though 86 still seems kind of high, 96 would be worse, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm not going to complain because in parts of the world there's a hurricane that's just tearing stuff up. And so I won't complain. I will not complain. So glad to be here with you this morning. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I did. I thought I was going to go bike riding this morning. So I don't know if I told you guys, but I have a 3-wheel. I call it a tricycle because it is a tricycle. It looks like a big tricycle. And I thought I was going to go riding this morning, but my seat is not tight enough and my brakes are not working like they should. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. But yeah, because my thing is, I got to try to stay healthy. And I got to try to make sure that I'm doing the right things. Because here's the thing. Like, I've heard so many doctors say that if you want to make sure that you beat the coronavirus, try to stay as healthy as you possibly can, right? So I've been taking all these different kind of supplements and things like that. And, and I still have some weight to lose. I've lost a lot. I look totally different. A lot of people tell me I look the same to me, but to a lot of other people, they say I look different. But I still have to lose some more, and I still need to make sure that I'm in the best health that I can be in. Because one of the things they have said was that, you get so many mixed messages. Like I've talked to a lot of doctors, and they've all told me different things about, if you're overweight, the coronavirus it could get you. If you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, like all these different things. So, I don't know what it is, but my thing is if it has something to do with me eating right and possibly exercising and wearing a mask and social distancing, I think I can do, I know I can do all of those things, right? I don't know about, the vaccine and the antibodies and all that stuff, but I do know that I'm going to do my best to protect myself, and I'm going to make sure that I share all this information with you guys and with my family and friends, to make sure that you do the best you can to protect yourself and your families. So if that's what, if it means that I have to eat lettuce a little bit more, then hey, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm, I love fruit, but here's the thing. I don't just sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to go out and eat a whole bunch of fruit. I don't do that, which is crazy, right? You would think that if you like something, you eat a lot of it. I don't. But I did go to the store and buy me a bunch of plums Friday. So I like plums. I like a lot of fruit. For some reason, it's just not one of those things that I put on my everyday list. And I'm not a big fan of vegetables. However, I do like squash casserole. I like a lot of raw stuff, like carrots. But I like carrots raw and cooked, depending on how they cook. So I am being more conscious about the things that I eat because I want to stay safe. I don't know. I go out. I've been going out. When my people and friends, family and friends passed away from the coronavirus earlier this year, in April and March. Was it April? March? It was April. It was April and May. When my family and friends passed away in April and May, I was shook. So I was paranoid. I didn't want to go out the house. I was getting depressed. I was talking about this thing every day because it was scary. It was super duper scary, right? And I had to just snap myself out of it. I said, you know what? I got to snap out of this. So I started going places like I would go to a little place like I went to lunch with Georgette. It was socially distant. We went in with our mask on. We took the mask off. We got to eat. We were outside. I went out for my daughter's birthday. We went to Raise on Killer Creek. We were socially distant up until the last few minutes before we got ready to leave. But for the most part, we were socially distant. I went to Helen. I was very careful when I went to Helen to be socially distant. Everybody in the restaurants, when we were in our room, we were fine. It was kind of a little bit scary when I went out to the restaurant because there were people out. Now, there were a lot of people out, but people were keeping their distance, right? A lot of people didn't have on masks. I ain't gonna even lie, but me and my husband, we had our mask on. So we did that. I've gone to the ranch, socially distanced. So I've been doing all that I can to keep myself safe and to tell my family, listen, we got a healthy supply of masks that we keep in the house. Y'all know I got 2 or 3 masks in my car, different kinds. When I'm trying to be cute, I have on my Good Morning Gwinnett mask. When I got to go into like a place where there are a lot of people, I put on my N95. And when I'm just running into like the gas station or something to, I have to go play the picket for folks. I don't really play the picket. The lottery. We call it picket in Jersey. I don't really play the lottery that often, but every now and then somebody asks me to go play. And when I do that, I have to run inside the store, so I throw on my little blue mask for that. But anyway, these are the things you got to do right now. So look up all the things they're telling you. I'm taking vitamin C and zinc. I'm not telling you to take that. I'm telling you what I'm taking. Someone told me to take that. I'm taking it. There's a lot of other things that I'm not going to take. I'm taking B6 and a whole bunch of other stuff. But those are the 2 main things they say were good for it. I heard somebody tell me the other day. When I went to the dentist, I went to get my teeth whitened. So I did a lot of things that was the people where I was, they were very they had the mask and gloves on and things like that. I walked with my mask and gloves on. So, and they were practicing, taking all the precautions to stay safe, and so was I. But anyway, I went to go get, I had to go to the dentist because I haven't been in like 18 months because I had braces. I took the braces off, and I was kind of, I'll wait till the beginning of the year to go. And then the beginning of the year came, and I said, I'll wait till I come from Podfest. And then when I come from Podfest, we got the coronavirus. And I'm like, okay, I have to go to the dentist. And when I get to the dentist, the technician said to me, she was like, yeah, we just opened back up because they were closed like for a long time. And, she was like, I said, I'm taking zinc and vitamin C. She's like, I've been hearing about that. She said, well, one lady said she put the zinc in her eyes. And I was like, what? And I was like, listen, I'm not putting anything in my eyes. I take the pill. I take the tablet. This woman was putting zinc in her eyes. She said that she didn't want to get it in her eyes. Now, listen, I haven't heard that you can catch through your eyes. I don't know. But I know what I'm not doing is putting zinc in my eyes. So I don't know about that one. Listen, more power to it. But anyway, let's get on with the show. So today, I have to give you the word of the day. Georgette is out. She's not available to do the word of the day. So I'm going to do the word of the day. And the word of the day is purposeful. Purposeful, right? Do something on purpose. On purpose. Let me tell you something. I woke up this morning, right? Because I have so many things going on. I have so many different opportunities that come at me every day. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur, which means I love to start stuff. I'm almost like a fire starter. I love to start stuff. I get so much joy out of starting things, right? And so when people come to me with ideas, I want to start them. But yesterday I did virtual church. And the Pastor Mario Brown said, before you go out there and start doing stuff, you need to ask God to order your steps, right? And I was like, he's talking to me this morning because I love to do stuff. So a lot of times I'll do things, they're not on purpose. And then they don't work out. But then I have spent so much time doing them till it's like, okay, I just wasted a lot of time. Now, granted, I always try to learn from my experiences, whatever they are, good or bad. I do. However, some of those things I should just say no to. And so should you. So my point of sharing that with you is that, listen, you got to be purposeful about what you do, right? Think about the things that you're doing because a lot of times opportunities come to you or we're chasing money or we're chasing, the girl, the guy, whatever it is. If you're not on purpose, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to really work out. Now, I've heard it said your purpose is whatever it is you want to do. And I kind of agree and kind of disagree because I want to do a lot of things. Are they all my purpose? I don't know. But what I will say is that you should take the time to look at the things that you're being offered and just see how well they resonate with you and your values. Because a lot of times we do things for the wrong reasons. I know for me, for many, many years, and I'm just going to be straight up honest with you, many years, I did a lot of things just to chase the dollar. You know what I mean? So I had to also learn that stop chasing money because that's not on purpose. And as I was chasing money, money was running away from me. Then I've heard it said that when you stop chasing money, money will chase you. I want money chasing me. Walk me down, baby. Chase me down. So I don't chase money, but I do get presented with a lot of opportunities that I want to take, and a lot of them are not on purpose. So your word for the week is purposeful. Be purposeful about what you do. Don't be envious. Don't be greedy. Don't be jealous, because there are a lot of people out there who have jealous and envy in their heart, right? And they don't even know it. Let me tell you something. Ask yourself, when you want to know if you're a jealous-hearted person or envious person, ask yourself this. Am I always trying to do what somebody else is trying to do? Am I always being envious of what that person is doing and how they're doing it? Yeah, that may be you, y'all. But anyway, be on purpose for the week, okay? Purposeful, that's your word. All right, so today is National Watermelon Day. I like watermelon, and I'm going to have some today because we got a big one sitting up in the living room on the floor that we have to cut. So today is National Watermelon Day. I'm excited about that because I do like fruit, and I do love watermelon. So that's probably the fruit that I eat the most of in the summertime, watermelon, because everybody in the house like watermelon. And so we make sure we have a watermelon at least once every 2 weeks in the house because when we cut it, it's so big it lasts like 2 weeks. So watermelon, I got my watermelon, I got my plums. I got these really little tiny plums. They're called cherry plums. They are so good. Now I got some nice big juicy plums. They're not sweet. I'm telling you, just deceived. Just deceived. They're not good. They're not sweet. They're bitter. They're big and juicy looking. You bite into them, they're bitter. All right, anyway, let's get on with our horoscopes. Lord, we are in the 8th month of the year. Today is August the 3rd, 2020. Yes, it is. Time waits for no one, not you nor I. No, ma'am, no, sir, it does not. All right, we're going to go ahead and get on with our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Monday, August the 3rd, 2020. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Try to have patience and refrain from being judgmental. You must get out and mingle. You can learn a great deal if you listen to those who are older or more experienced. Listen, don't be so judgmental today. Aries, refrain. Let ye not be judged. Hello now. Taurus, if you're single, get out there and you'll meet someone new. Don't let someone try to bully you into doing things their way. Arguing won't help. Just say no. Don't let them bully you. Listen, say no and stand your ground. A lot of times we feel like we got to get into this whole battle about no, and that's it. You know, when I do that, people call me mean. I had to learn to say no because I was a yes person, not a yes person, but I always wanted to do good and do right and help people out. And now I'm like, yeah, if I want to do, it's like no, and that's it. And we ain't got to discuss it. It's just no. So listen, Taurus, if you don't want to do something today, you don't have to argue about it. You ain't got to ban nothing. Just no. I'm not doing it. That's it. And walk away. Let them sit there and figure out why they know. Gemini, get out and about. You will communicate easily and you should be able to accomplish all that you set out to do. Don't expect romantic encounters to be lasting. Okay, so you're going to have a fling. Really, that's what... Listen, Michael is telling you, don't expect it to be lasting. It's going to be a fling. So try not to fall in love, Gemini, because it's only a fling. It's not going to last. It's not in the stars for you to last. It's a fling. Make sure it's a fling with a single person. Okay? Don't go fling with some other folks. Cancer. Your attitude is changing rapidly and your plate is overloaded. Hopefully that's good stuff, Cancer. This is a great day to start that new health regime you've been talking about. People you live with will not be terribly happy with you regardless of what you do today. All right, Cancer, don't listen. They're not going to be happy no matter what you try to do, so don't try to please them. Let them get past it. Unless you like really causing harm to the people you live with. If you know it's not harm and they just want you to do things their way, let them get over it. They'll get over it, especially if you live with them. Leo, you can easily wrap up overdue personal legal matters that have caused problems for you. Don't say something you'll live to regret. Don't expect anyone else to pay your bills for you. Let me say this. I say this all the time, Leo. Be careful what you say, because once you say it, you cannot take it back. Sorry does not always help. It really doesn't. Like when you say it out your mouth, it's out. And well, here's the thing about that. When you say stuff to people, it sticks in the back of their head. I'm telling you, it does not go anywhere. And even when you say I'm sorry, it's still stuck in the back of their memory. It's stuck right back there in the subconscious. And every time you do something, they may not say it out loud, but it shows up in their head. I'm telling you. Think about that for a second. So be careful about what you say today, Leo, because if you say it, you cannot take it back. And even though you may feel sorry for it, sorry does not always help. I'm just telling you. All right. Virgo, networking will be a necessity. Personal problems may be hanging over your head, but don't confront the situation. Your uncanny insight will help you make the right choices. Thank God for having uncanny insight so you can make the right choices today, Virgo. Yeah. Personal problems may be hanging over your head, but don't confront the situation. Let the problem hang there. It will go away. Don't confront it. When you confront it, you're going to make it worse, Virgo. I'm saying that. Michael didn't say that. All right, listen, guys. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thies, and you're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby.
Welcome back. Y'all know I love music, right? So as the song be playing, I'm just in here like bobbing because I love music. So that's why this show has music, and a lot of podcasters don't. They do straight interview shows, which is cool because I listen to a lot of those. But for me, I wanted my show to have music, and I'm sitting here bobbing. That was a good song, Better Kind of Bitter. Peachy Pavement, Juby, LM Styles featuring Milba. Yeah, that was a lot, right? I know. Anyway, let's get back to the horoscopes. All right, we're going to pick it up with Libra. Don't neglect those problems. Deal with them once and for all. Then move on to more pleasurable tasks. Use some diplomacy to get your point across delicately. Romance will unfold if you take trips or get together with friends. Listen, be careful today. You know what I mean? Just be delicate. Use diplomacy to get your point across. Don't be brash, be pushy. Don't try to force it on people. Just be delicate and use diplomacy, and you'll be able to get it across. And if you're looking for a little romance, hang out with some friends or take a trip. Yeah, be careful though. Be careful. Scorpio, don't let others bait you into arguments. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them days. I feel like don't let others bait you into another full moon. It was a full moon day before yesterday. Don't use emotional blackmail on someone you love. Your intellectual wit will bring greater popularity with your peers. Listen, don't be trying to blackmail people today, Scorpio. Don't do that to the people you love. Don't use emotional blackmail on them. And don't let other people bait you into arguments. Say no, fall back, leave me alone. I'm not talking about that. Just do it. Sagittarius, you have to know what your boss wants if you expect to do your job correctly. Lending and borrowing may be a problem. Be careful not to let friends or peers make you look bad. Listen here. Maybe you shouldn't lend and maybe you shouldn't borrow. It's going to be a problem for you today, Sag, so don't do it. And ask the boss what they want so you can give it to them. Don't try to guess. Don't go on what somebody else said. Just go straight to the source. Hey, what do you need? Because I want to make sure I get this right. Sometimes you got to be like that. That way they can't say, well, I didn't tell you that. Nope, you told me because I asked you. All right? All right. And be careful. Watch out for people trying to make you look bad. You never know who they are. You never know. People are selfish. They got their own selfish reason for doing things. Throwing you under the bus may be one of them. I'm just saying. Capricorn, you can make wonderful contributions to any organization that you join. You will be appreciated for the competence you exhibit and for taking on responsibilities. Focus your efforts on your work. All right, Cap. Focus on your work. You're going to be appreciated for the competence you exhibit and taking on responsibilities. Yeah, do that thing. Congratulations. Yep. Make some wonderful contribution to your organization. Join one. I can't wait to join something. I was a member of the chamber, but I didn't renew. I was going to renew, and then I was like, well, why am I going to renew now? Like, we're not networking. Well, they are doing virtual stuff. I tell y'all, I'm not big on virtual stuff. Like, I'm taking trainings right now, and I'm telling you, it's like pulling my teeth out. I will watch a training video, but virtual conferences and stuff, they're long. Yeah, I'm a part of one. I'm a part of the Podfest virtual conference. Now, I'm excited about that. Anything podcasting gets me excited. So I'm going to be a speaker at the virtual Podfest Global Summit. It's going to be next week after next. I think it is. I think I'm speaking on the 13th. But this past March, I was a presenter at Podfest in Orlando. A wonderful experience. And then now I'm going to be a speaker here at the Podfest Global Summit, which is a virtual conference, and I'll be talking about Alexa. So if you're thinking about, if you have a podcast and you want to know how to get on Alexa, you probably want to take advantage of attending the Podfest. Go to podfest.com for more information about that. Also, I'm going to be doing the first Podchicks Incubator here in September next month. So if you have thought about starting a podcast and you want to know everything you need to know about starting that podcast, launching that podcast, getting it on Amazon, getting it on Fire TV, getting it on Alexa, all of that stuff, that's going to be a part of the Podcast Incubator. So stay tuned for more information about that, or just go to Podchicks, that's PODCHIX.com for more information about that, and you can become you can enroll in a class that's going to be starting in September. All right, let's keep it going. Aquarius, don't be too eager to give a piece of your mind or even your opinion today. Your hypnotic eyes will capture the hearts of those who interest you. Okay, bat a couple of eyes, baby. Don't blow your situations out of proportion. Listen here, you got some hypnotic eyes today, and somebody that you're interested in is going to look at you. So flash them. My granddaughter, we say to her, show us your eyelashes, because she has really pretty eyelashes, right? We say, show us your eyelashes, sugar. She taking better eyes. Yeah, she's a piece of work, y'all. That baby is a piece of work. I told my daughter I think she's an indigo baby. Look it up. I ain't got time to tell you what indigo baby is. Go look it up. And my fellow fish Pisces, you may be sensitive concerning friends and their situations. You have amazing ideas always. I don't know about you, fish. I think I always have amazing ideas. But superiors may try to block your attempts at implementing them. I don't have no superiors. It's doubtful anyone would try to stand in your way or cut you off at the pass today. Listen, get out of my way. I don't know about y'all, fish. Don't get in my way. I'm going to run you over today. I'm just saying, I always have amazing ideas. I'm not tooting my own horn. I do. I just need to sell some of them. I can't do them all. I just told y'all earlier I'm a serial entrepreneur. I need to try to sell some of these ideas. Like, listen, you want to have a session with me? Book a session with me and I can give you some great ideas. And then you take them. You got to start them. No, I'm not going to start them. I can help you, though. You have to bring me on as a consultant. I have great ideas. Listen, God gave me this idea for this doll, right? The doll turns 20 years old this year. Or was it 21? I think I forgot. 21 this year. Yeah, June. They turned 21. That was the idea. That was the year I got the idea. June 1999. What are we in, 20? Yep, sure did. turned 21 years old, I have amazing ideas. I have amazing. Let me tell you, I have so many. Let me tell you how I have so many ideas. Every time I have a new idea, I buy a domain name from GoDaddy. I have so many domain names. So GoDaddy said to me, "Hey, you do know we have like the domain club? You should join so you can save some money." That's terrible. Don't do that. I know. It's like for me, domain names, and it's like buying cigarettes. It's terrible, right? I got a lot of them, y'all. Some of them I put up for sale. They on sale. They've been on sale for a long time. I don't even think you can sell domain names anymore unless it's just something people really, really want. Because you got an extension for everything. Like if I can't find, goodmorninggwinnett.com, I probably can find goodmorninggwinnett.net, .co.io, .ubs, .us, .talent, .training. It doesn't matter. .com is always the best, but it doesn't matter. All right, so listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. Let's get on to some news you can use. I'll be back tomorrow to be more of the horoscopes brought to you by Nodal Astrology and Michael Thotson. Well, people got the unemployment checks and everything expired last week. I know people are so upset because normally they would call in, I think my daughter said on Sundays. And by Wednesday they would have their checks. So it is the first of the month. And I certainly hope that people, held on to some money to pay their bills at least for August. If you saved enough money to get your stuff paid up at least through August, hopefully you can get a job or hopefully they'll sign another bill, but it expired and they are stalled because the Republicans want to give $1.1 trillion to the bill. That was their plan, but the Democrats are saying, no, let's do $3 trillion. Now, the Republicans did offer to extend the $600 for one more week, but the Democrats said, no, I think they should have said yes to that, just to get people over the hump while they fight. Now, here's my other thing. The Republicans had all this time since May to sit down to the table and make this thing happen. Now it's like the last hour. Now how you gonna come to the table the last hour? Like this, they've been past that bill, the Democrats, since May, right? That was the time for them to be hashing this thing out, but they did not. Now people are gonna suffer, and I hope not, but I just feel like it's a mess, and we have our government to fault for that. Like the people because these people, they're not struggling. They're okay. There are people out there who are afraid because they don't have money to pay their rents. Now, I don't know. I can't speak for what's in people's pocket, but I hope that people understood that this was not going to last forever and that they did not squander that money away and that they put money away until they can pay their bills and get a job. You know what I'm saying? Some people didn't. I'm sure they didn't. I saw all kind of memes on Facebook and stuff. It was crazy. By people buying sneakers and seafood. Hey, listen, don't knock seafood. I love seafood. I had some of my aunt invited us over. She had a seafood bash on Saturday. And I tell y'all, this woman had so much seafood. I said, why did you cook so? Listen, she did a boil, right? She had, okay, so the really, really big, the biggest aluminum pan you could buy. She had 3 of those. It had shrimp, scallops, crabs, crab claws, potatoes, sausage, corn. She had 3 of those. Mussels, clams. She had 3 of those. 3. Right? She had 3 of those. She had a humongous pan just like that full of like pasta seafood salad. Delicious. It was like shrimp, scallops, mussels, and that. She had one really huge one of those. She had, what else? She had fried fish. She had baked salmon with some kind of herb sauce on top. She had fried shrimp. I'm talking about, it was so much food, y'all. So we were like, okay. So I said to her, seriously, why you make so much food? She said, I thought more people were coming. I said, but you only invited us. You didn't tell me to invite other people because I would have invited some people. Hey, come on over. She didn't tell me that. She just said, hey, I want y'all to come over. We're just going to get together for, And I said, oh, okay, cool. So we went and it was only like, 5 of us? It was 3 of us, 2 more people came. And then it was 7 people. It was 6 of us. It was like 8 people total, right? No more than that. It was so much food. My husband had to take some to work this morning. At least I told him to, because it was a lot. I was like, listen, take some of that stuff to work. It's a lot. Like, we took home a lot. We ate, and there still was a lot left. I was like, okay, that's a lot. So hopefully he did. I mean, they're gonna be if he did, they're gonna be at work smelling like seafood. I'm just saying. But anyway, that was all the memes going around about people using that stimulus check for crazy stuff. I hope they didn't, because I don't know when they're gonna actually come to some kind of resolution about what to do. And that was a weekly payment. This is the first of the month. A lot of people are afraid that they're going to be put out of their place of residence because everything that was supposed to take them through expired July 31st. Like the rent thing, I forgot what you call it, but that also expired on July 31st. Of course, unemployment expired on 31st. Even if they said right now, listen, we can't come to a conclusion about anything else. Let's just go ahead and send out the stimulus checks. If they send out the stimulus checks right now, that should hold people, at least keep people somewhere in a place of okay until they roll out the rest of the month fighting. Because they're going to be fighting for a minute, y'all. I hope not, because I know people are struggling, but I believe they are. All right, so let's get on with this Corona COVID-19 status report that's brought to you by Georgia Department of Public Health. The Department of Public Health of Georgia. The numbers are off the charts. Okay, as of yesterday, August the 2nd, Georgia has 193,177 cases of COVID-19 confirmed. Let me say that number again, because we were like knocking down 200,000 people with this coronavirus. 193,177 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in Georgia, just Georgia. 3,840 people have passed away. The hospitals are being slammed right now, and I don't think that's gonna ease up, because people are still out and about doing their thing. I'm not gonna stay on this for long. I'm just saying. So right now, Gwinnett is number 2 in the state for the number of confirmed cases. In Gwinnett County alone, we have 17,781 confirmed cases. 240 people have passed away. Fulton County is number 2. Gwinnett is number 3. DeKalb is number 4. Fulton is number 1. Gwinnett is number 2. DeKalb is number 3, and Cobb is number 4. We got the highest number of cases in the state of Georgia. Those 4 counties, the highest. We were number 1 for a minute. We have slipped down to number 2, which is still not a great place to be in, because 17,000 people have tested positive. So that's not a great place. And I don't see it stopping. I think it's going to keep going. And here's why: because a lot of people just still are not taking that thing serious. They're just not doing it. So that's why it's not going to be not doing it. Anyway, now so last week there were teachers protesting. There were teachers protesting about they don't want to go in the classroom because they felt like, why should we have to go in the classroom? We can do this training virtually, which they're right. They could have did the training virtually. And so they were protesting about that. We don't have to, we want to live to teach. You know what I mean? So they were protesting, but they were saying, no, teachers have to go in, report it to school for pre-planning and all that good stuff. And guess what? Guess what happened? Some teachers tested positive. They reported to school for their pre-planning sessions and professional development and orientation and all that stuff. Yeah. Yep. They got some teachers that tested positive. They didn't say how many teachers in Gwinnett County Public School system tested positive, but some tested positive. They could not share a lot of information because of public health policies and privacy policies, but there were teachers who tested positive, and that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's why some of the teachers were protesting, because they were like, listen, we have kids at home. We don't want to go in the classroom and bring that stuff back home to our kids. And, they was like, no, you got to go. And so some went in, and yeah. Yep. Because they was protesting, and some went in there, and some of them definitely had the coronavirus. They tested positive. And so that's why the teachers were upset. Now, here's the thing. Parents were protesting like the week before because they felt like, listen, we should have the option to send our kids to school or do it online. A lot of people said, I'm not sending my kids to school. I'm not sending them into that environment because it's not that controlled, right? But then there were other parents, they protested and say, I want to have the option. Some of the parents need to send their kids to school because they have to go to work. Here's the thing. The teachers tested positive. So can you imagine sending your child to school and teachers are positive? Now you're not going to work because now the child is home, preferably not too sick. it's a catch-22, and I understand. I get it. This thing is not going away anytime soon. I want it to go away, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So now the teachers are tested positive. We don't know how many teachers in Gwinnett County Public School system. According to AJC, that information, which is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, which is where I got the story, that information cannot be disclosed because of medical privacy laws, but they have tested positive. All right. Listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So there was a report released on Friday by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention about how more than 260 cases of the coronavirus spread through a YMCA camp. Yep. I'm telling you, see, the thing is not going away, and I know people had to do something with their kids, but now you sent your kids to camp, and 260 of them tested positive for the coronavirus. The report details how COVID-19 spread rapidly among children and teens within the camp and raises questions about the effectiveness of safety protocols as school districts and colleges contemplate reopening for in-person instruction. See? So, because it's kids, right? Like, they're kids. So how they're not going to follow the rules unless you got a counselor and all they're going to do is sit in a circle, 6 feet apart. Those kids they're going to do what kids do. They play, they run around, especially when they've been locked down for 5 months. I understand. I get it. Anyway, YMCA Camp High Harbor identified the report as Camp A suffered an outbreak at its Lake Burton location in late June. As of July, about 85 cases of the virus had been linked to the camp. So you want more information about this, go to ajc.com. You can check the story out there. But this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Yeah. They said 597 campers and staff from the Georgia Found camp did not follow his guidance and wear masks. Those staff did. So the kids didn't, but the staff did. Yep. Tested positive 344 with staff members included, people from that camp. See, that's what I'm saying. So even though they said the staff did wear the mask, the kids didn't. That's what I'm saying. It's a catch-22, and I totally get it. And it's sad. It's sad that we have to be in this place. It really is. It's sad that I can't go and network and talk to people. It's sad. It's sad. Sad that we didn't do none of our events this year. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of events, Lawrenceville, Norcross canceled several events due to coronavirus. Can you imagine? Like, we do that. One of the things I love about Gwinnett County when I moved here was all of the events that they had locally. Like, I didn't have to drive to Atlanta. I could have drove to Snellville. I could have drove to Beaufort. I could have drove to Decula. I could have drove to, Lilburn, Norcross. Just beautiful events. Like, things to do. I was telling people when I first moved back to Georgia, because I was born in Albany, raised in Jersey, moved here to Gwinnett 7 years ago. And one of the things that a lot of people up north say is there's nothing to do down there. Now, granted, I had moved to North Carolina one time. And I actually lived in the country, like for real, like the country. Like we had like 2 stoplights. So my friends came to visit. They thought I had lost my mind because we were dead up in the country. There was a horse behind my house, and I had 2 fruit trees on my property and a beautiful Victorian house. I love Victorian houses. But they thought we had lost our mind because it was really country. So the perception was down here is that we were in the country again. And I kept saying, nah, this is not like North Carolina, totally different. This is more in the lines of Montclair, Livingston, that type of thing. And so if you've ever been to Jersey and you've been to Montclair, Livingston, that's what Gwinnett is like. And Maplewood and South Orange, which I lived in Maplewood before I moved. But Gwinnett is like that, Union. And those are all suburbs inside of Jersey, right? And so I was saying, nah, it's not like that. And one of the things I actually love, it's like, there's nothing to do down there. There are no jobs. Like, nah, that's not true either. And it's not. Like, before the pandemic, you can go on Indeed and find a job. There's tons to do. And I said, listen, tell you something. One thing I can say about down here, if you can't find something to do, that means you're just a boring person. Just boring, because there was something to do almost every day when I moved down here. I was shocked. A business meeting, a business meetup, it was so many. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't used to that. So that's one of the things I love. But because of the pandemic, a lot of stuff have had to be canceled. So the city of Lawrenceville canceled a number of events due to the coronavirus. The city had planned to hold concerts and fireworks program this fall, but those and other large events have been canceled for the remainder of the year. Oh, breaks my heart. We didn't go to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Y'all know we go to St. Patrick's Day. There was none. In a letter to the residents, Mayor David Steele said it would be extremely tough to safely social distance at a concert. While staff has tried to be flexible as restrictions on public gatherings have changed, he wrote, the social distancing requirements would be difficult to maintain. He's right. Because I don't care what you say. I went to Helen. If you guys would have seen Helen, I don't know what, they didn't have any. Okay, so we go to Helen, right? We go to dinner a couple times. We go to lunch. Everything's fine because the restaurants are doing what they're supposed to do, social distancing people. But let me tell y'all something. That tubing ride, to get on the tubes, oh my God, it was so many people in that line, and they were right up on top of each other. It was hot. They were sweating. You can't tell me somebody didn't get it. You can't tell me it was too many people. The line was wrapped around the corner twice. There were people sweating. There were people, it was hot. There were people, then they had to get out the line and get on a bus and sit next to each other. You can't tell me. You can't tell me somebody didn't get it. You can't. So when you talk about large gatherings like that, it's hard to social distance. I already know that. So anyway, they have said, you know what, we can't do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to put our people in danger. The city of Norcross also canceled events, including events planned for, they had a parade planned for August the 8th, which is next week, or is it this week? What's the date? It would have been this weekend probably. They were like, nope. Pam Ledbetter, a spokesperson for the city, said the cancellation occurred because the southern part of Gwinnett County is a hot spot for the coronavirus, and they won't do to our part, and they're not gonna do it. We're not gonna help spread it. Nah, not gonna do it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's what we are. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are right now. There's nothing we can do about that. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about something else. It's always in the news. I can't help it. 5 Gwinnett libraries are hosting electronics recycling drive. Yep. So listen, with more than 10,000 Gwinnett County Public School systems in need of technology for digital learning, Gwinnett Cares and Gwinnett County Public Libraries are hosting a contactless electronic recycling drive from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this coming Thursday at 5 Gwinnett County Libraries locations. All collected laptops will be refurbished and returned to students in Gwinnett unless they are obsolete. Yep. Then they will be used for parts of 100% recycle. So if you have a old laptop that you don't need, and I got a bunch of laptops, I gotta find out, but they gotta be fixed. Yeah, I got 2 that I know we could probably donate. But anyway, the public is invited to drop off old laptops, chargers, tablets, cell phone. Oh, we got a couple of tablets too. I gotta ask my husband. We do have some tablets that we don't use. Cell phones, no other electronic devices will be accepted at this time. Donations are tax deductible. Data destruction is guaranteed for all incoming equipment. Donors who would like a certificate of destruction can affix their email address to each donated device. Stickers will be available at the event for this purpose. So if you got a laptop, a tablet, a charger, an old cell phone, they're taking donations because the kids are going to be in the house. Some kids don't have access to a computer. They don't have access to tablets. I should even, you know what? I might need to just, I might just buy a couple of tablets. The Fire tablets are really inexpensive, y'all. So if you really want to do a donation, and I'm sure if you go to Amazon right now and order it right now, you probably can buy a couple of tablets and drop them off. Fire tablets, brand new. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I know that's what I'm going to do, provided I can get them back in time. Because Fire tablet is probably like $40. And right now it's back to school time, so they may be on sale. Yeah, so these kids, they're going to be schooled at home virtually. A lot of them may not have access to tablets and computers, so they need your help. So they're going to be doing a drive-through. You can drive through, drop off tablets August the 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 5 Gwinnett County Public Library locations. Let me see if the locations are in here. Cash donations will also be accepted at the event since the cost is about $50 to refurbish a device. So if you want to make a cash donation, you can also do that because it costs about $50 to refurbish devices, right? You can do that as well. So the libraries that are going to be participating are going to be Swanee, Collins Hill, Decula, Hamilton Mill, and Peachtree Corners. What? Nothing in Lawrenceville or Snellville? Why is that? They don't need computers on this side of town? Anyway, cash donations can be accepted. For more information, go to newlifetechgroup.com/donate. newlifetechgroup.com/donate. If you want to make a donation, cash or computer or tablet. Either one. All right, I will be right back after the sun to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
I was living in the clouds, yeah. Like a million explosions. Whatever happened to the picture? The one where you and I were perfect. Like if heaven was a time lapse. Play the story where we'd end up. Would you pause it for a second before this thing was over? Would you come a little closer before this thing is over? Come a little closer. Never know till it's gone. 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 Till it's gone. Till it's gone. Till it's gone. Never know 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 till it's gone. Till it's gone. Till it's gone. Till it's gone. When the light fades into darkness and your fears all turn to regrets, how do you stand up without falling? How do you see it as a blessing? As I'm falling through the water, let the ocean be my witness. I believe that this has changed me. I pray it as I'm sinking.
Welcome back. So, we got a runoff coming up in a few days, and so some candidates were asked about here in District 3, which is the district in which I live in. They want to know, what's your thoughts on your views on post-COVID-19 recovery, and some of the things. Okay, so you got Ben Archer and Matt DeRemer, who are Republicans running against each other in the runoff, and then in the Democratic side for the runoff for District 3, you got Jasper Watkins and Derek J. Wilson, who are running against each other for Democratic side in the runoff on the 11th. And, some of the things that they said was, some is economic development. Derek said he think economic development is a big issue in District 3. Jasper said for him it's transportation in District 3. And then for Matt and Ben, who are both Republican, Ben and Matt DeRemer, while Democratic voters would choose between Jasper Watkins and these guys are the Republican side. The candidates were asked what they saw was a biggest issue facing the district, and they were asked how they would, if elected to commission, handle the responsibilities, including the service delivery and handling of county finances. And so they got stuff on the table, and we have to go to the polls on the 11th and vote. Now I already voted. I voted last week when I came from the ranch. I was like, listen, we're going to get home a little bit early before the polls, the election office closes at 7 o'clock. We're going to get home just in time to vote. We cast our vote last Monday. And so I'm telling you guys to go out and cast your vote for the people that you feel is going to represent the goals you have for the county and for your lives and for your families. That's what you got to do. This election year is one of the most important election years, I think, in history. In my time, I thought President Obama election was big, and it was huge. But this one, I think, is going to be bigger because we got some things we need to change. And the only way to make that change happen, we got to go to the polls. We got to go to the polls and cast a vote for the people we feel have our best interests at heart. The people who feel like, it's okay that we need to help them out a little bit longer until we get everything back in order. The people who are okay with, sending in help for us before it's too late. We gotta cast our vote and make those votes known. District 3 got the runoff. Derek J. Wilson and Jasper Watkins, Democratic side in the runoff. Matt DeRemer and Ben Archer on the Republican side in the runoff. You gotta go to the polls on August 11th, y'all. Cast your vote. Whoever your candidate is, you gotta cast it. I know we casted votes earlier because we figured, okay, in the primaries. However, there were so many people running in these races. So I knew that it probably was going to be a runoff. Even Nicole Hendrickson, who had over 100,000 votes, was in a runoff with Lee Thompson. I mean, she rocked it, but by the same token, it was 6 or 7 people running against her. That's why it was so many. That's why it had to be a runoff, because of so many people in the race. Same thing with this race. So many people was running until, even though Derek had more votes than all the candidates on the Democratic side, there were like 5 people running. So the votes got split up pretty evenly amongst the rest of the candidates, which mean that it was a runoff with the person who had the most votes in that side. Same thing for Ben and Matt. So get to the polls on 11, cast your vote because your vote counts. Cast a vote for the people you feel like are going to help you achieve what you're trying to achieve, help you have a greater lifestyle here in Gwinnett County. Who support your values and your concerns. These are the people that you vote for. That's why voting is important. I've heard people say, I'm not voting. It doesn't mean anything. Of course it means something. Because here's the thing. Right now, for those, and here's the other thing, y'all. And I ain't going to get off on a rant on this because I could, but I won't. Right now, there are some people out there struggling because they're stressing because they don't know whether or not they're going to have a job because their job may have dried up because of the coronavirus. They don't even know if they're going to have money right now because the unemployment has run out. Like regular unemployment for a lot of people without the pandemic money ran out. Like my daughter was talking to me, and this was like probably a month ago. Her regular unemployment ran out. So she had to switch over to the pandemic. I think it's called pandemic unemployment. She switched over, but they automatically switched her over. Regular unemployment ran out. People are struggling. Now, do you want the people in there who are going to make sure that this never happened to you again? Or do you want to keep the people in there who say, you know what, make them go back to work, give them $200. that's going to push them to go back to work even if they don't have a job. Just take any kind of job. That's pretty much what they're saying. Take any kind of job. And I get it. You may have to because you gotta support your family. I'm just saying, where does your vote lie? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, listen, I'm going to my last song, and I'll be back to give you my inspiration of the day. Stay tuned.
7 days and 7 hours since I last heard your voice. I know that you felt like you didn't have the choice, and I don't blame you. No, I don't blame you. I know I've been a fool, but baby, believe me when I say to you, yeah, yeah. You can change your mind. Change your mind. Stay by my side, 'cause baby, I need you. Change your mind. Yeah, change your mind. Make you stay by my side. Baby, I need you. Yeah, you. Baby, I need you. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby, I need you. Oh, baby, I need you. So please just hear me out. I know I've done you wrong. I know that I've mistreated you, but that I am sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I've been a fool, but baby, believe me when I say to you, you can do it. Change your mind. Make you stay by my side. 'Cause baby, I need you. Yeah, you. What can I say? Make you stay by my side. 'Cause baby, I need you. Oh, yeah, baby, I need you. Oh, yeah. Baby, I need you. I just need you by my side. Yeah, baby, I need you. I know that I have done you wrong. Yeah, I've treated you poorly. That I've been a fool. But baby, believe me when I say to you.
Welcome back. So listen, I gotta go, y'all. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration, and that's because it's just Monday. So I want you to get on through the day, and and be hopeful that for the rest of the day. But before I go, here we go. I got something in my eye, crazy, and I'm rubbing. I've been rubbing like the whole time the song was playing. But anyway, my inspiration of the day is this: don't wait. The time will never be just right. Let me say that again. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Napoleon Hill said that, and he was right. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Ever. Let me tell you something. You could be waiting till the time it's never gonna be perfect. Just do it. That's why that slogan for Nike is so powerful, because what it says is stop waiting. Just do it. And yeah, there's my friend Chris Cremitso. He is the founder of Podfest. He wrote a book. It's called Start Ugly. Matter of fact, I got one. I got a freebie to give away, and I was gonna give it away doing my whole Gwinnett Wednesday, but people didn't really like Gwinnett Wednesday, so I wasn't getting any feedback for that, so I stopped doing it. But anyway, he wrote a book called Start Ugly, which means just start it. It's gonna be ugly. Stop trying to make it perfect before you start it, because the longer you take to make it perfect, the longer you take to start. Just do it. Don't wait. Do it. Whatever it is, whatever you've been putting off, trying to wait till the perfect time, till you got the right amount of money, till you know the right person, till you know that you made the right connection. Stop. Just don't wait. Just do it. Right? Just go ahead and do it like right now. It's because it's never going to be perfect. I don't know what it is. Were you trying to start a business? Was you trying to write a book? Was you trying to change a job? Were you thinking about getting married? Were you trying to have some children? Go ahead. Let me tell you something. Having children is ugly for the rest of your life. But it's full of love. It's ugly love. Because you love your babies. Right? But it's work. It's work, right? I got a grown daughter. It's always work because you're a parent. And you're going to love your kids. You're going to want to protect them no matter what. And so it's never going to be perfect. So the time is right now. That's when the time is. So don't wait. Get it done. Listen, thank you so much for listening to me. You could have been anywhere, but you spent the last hour with me, and I appreciate you so much. If you missed any episode of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to the past episodes there. Also, share the show with your friends. I still have my goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers, or a million subscribers. I think I got almost 7,000 downloads, but I'm trying to pump that number up. 1 million subscribers or 1 million downloads, or a combination of both, and I can do that with their help. It's free. You ain't got to pay to be a subscriber. You ain't got to pay to download the episode. Just download your favorite episode. Share that episode with your friends. Tell them to share with their friends, and so on and so on and so on. That's going to help me get to that 1 million subscribers or 1 million downloads, or a combination of both. Still got that goal on my board right here in front of me. Again, thank you again for listening. Be sure to download the app from the App Store. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, go to the Apple iTunes stores and give your favorite episode 5 stars. That's going to help push me up in the Apple Podcast section. So I need your help there as well. I will be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. God willing. So listen, y'all stay safe out there. Keep your mask on. Use common sense. Until next time, everybody, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.